What are the least attractive men? Today, I will give you some examples from the perspective of a female. I hope it will help you, I really do. Before we get started, please understand that I am here to help. You may or may not agree with me, that's totally fine. But don't try to attack my good intentions, otherwise I'll see you in my block list. Number 1. Men who have hygienic problems. Men who have serious hygienic issues will never get a girlfriend. I don't care if I am offending you now, I will repeat myself. Yes, you will never get a girlfriend if you smell awful and you choose not to do anything about it. Look, some people are born with certain type of body odor, like say when they sweat, their sweat is much more stinky than others. It is some chemistry reaction. Don't ask me why, I am not a scientist. Anyways, obviously it is not their fault, but it is definitely their fault if they choose to ignore the smell. I will call it lazy and selfish. I mean, of course, for you, you are so used to yourself, to your smell, you can bear it, but people around you, they can't. They are innocent. Why do they have to suffer? You don't feel like brushing your teeth twice a day. You don't feel like taking a shower and changing your underwear daily. You don't feel like spraying deodorant under your armpit because you can't smell yourself at all. Seriously, women have zero tolerance for a stinky guy. That is a completely turn off. Some guys are actually good looking, but they don't really attract women. If you are one of them and you are still confused, you should probably smell yourself right now. Yes, hygiene is extremely important for women when it comes to finding a guy attractive or not. If your clothes are always dirty and creased and you have long nails with dirt, if your hair is always messy and your shoulders are always full of dandruff, you are very unlikely to attract women unless they are blind. Don't argue with me that people should love you the way you are, the things such as superficial. Well, all I can say is that how can people fall in love with you in the first place if you completely turn them off with your presence? You don't even get a chance to make them get to know you. Number 2, men who whine all the time. Guys who complain all the time shows a repulsive negativity. Honestly, no one likes people who whine. I mean, it is okay to complain once in a while, and it is okay to complain when you are treated unfairly. However, once you start complaining more and more frequently, and you share the same story over and over, it starts to annoy others and it shows your weakness. Because instead of doing something about the situation you are whining about, you choose to keep venting out your emotions to see whether you are still able to get the same amount of sympathy from others. You are begging for sympathy to make yourself feel better. Funny thing is that if you notice others start to get tired of your same story, you will become more angry and grumpier. You will feel like the whole world is against you. This is a really horrible circle. Men who complain a lot also indicates that they don't have much going on in their life. That is also sad. Look, if they are building a career or they are busy with their family, friends, or hobbies, they wouldn't have that much time to think about why they are treated so unfairly, why their girlfriend left them. Literally, they don't have time to think or complain. I mean, seriously, stop whining. You will immediately become more attractive. You know what? Most people who complain a lot in life, they are quite calculating too. In other words, they are petty. It is all related. Strong people choose to distract and improve themselves. Weak people choose to complain and destroy others. Number 3, men who joke by attacking others. Some guys think they are very funny and they are good at making jokes. Come on, if you don't have the talent of being humorous, don't push yourself, okay? Some guys will joke like they say, "Hey, I think you look so familiar. Have we met before? Wait, oh, I remember now. I saw you on Pornhub." Is that funny at all? All I know is that the girl you're talking to will be completely turned off by you because she's offended by you. If you can only make jokes by stepping on others or insulting others, then you better shut up or never joke again. This is a tricky one. I would say most of the time, humor involves with sarcasm. Indeed, I agree. However, you need to learn to read the room, okay? You need to be smart enough to avoid using some sensitive materials, especially when you are trying to chase the girl you like. Some guys think, if I make her mad, then I will get her attention, then I will get her special treatment. Yes, honey, you will be in her block list. No women would fall in love with someone who is mean to them. No women, okay? Women may fall in love with someone who doesn't love them, but definitely not someone who constantly makes shitty jokes about them. If you can't remain being a gentleman when you're trying to be funny, then please don't try to be funny. It is the best for society. Number 4. Men who are unconfident. No one is born with confidence. It is an attribute that we gain with experience and practice. An unconfident man is normally not good at communicating. They can't really articulate. They speak in a relatively lower voice. Sometimes they may stutter because their ability of organizing what they want to express is not well developed or practiced. Reasons vary. Maybe they are introverted, maybe they grew up being alone, they didn't have many friends to talk to, etc. So sometimes they may talk like they say, hi, I think you're very beautiful. My name is Andrew. Once again, it is not their fault. Unconfident men don't walk with their back straight, and they normally tend to have a humped back, and they normally avoid eye contact with others because of their lack of confidence, and they are so used to be ignored by others. I would say women can be friends with unconfident guys. After all, they are not harmful, right? But women won't be attracted to them. If you are not confident, it means that you haven't figured yourself out yet. You don't know what your potentials are. You don't know what your advantages are. I mean, everyone got that something that is better than others, right? Everyone got their own potential. You need to find them and make the most of them. Women want a man who they can admire and look up to. And obviously, an unconfident guy is not what they want. There is a difference between being shy and being unconfident. A confident guy can be shy sometimes, depends on the situation. However, being unconfident means the lack of the belief of self-worth. Number 5. Men who are lazy. If you are lazy, it is very likely that you are not in a good healthy shape, because it is very likely that you don't cook, you eat takeaway or fast food most of the time, you don't hit the gym, you don't do much outdoor activities either. It is also very likely that you are not doing so well financially either. It is always like that. Laziness kills a lot of potentials. Sometimes I'm lazy as well. The temporary ease and comfort we get from being lazy is very tempting. It is just human nature to be lazy. And of course, a lazy guy just wants an easy and comfortable life. No dramas, no challenges. Honestly, we all want that type of life, don't we? But life is not easy. A comfortable life is even harder. With today's hyper competition, being lazy is never going to lead to any easy life at all. Women won't fall for lazy men because we know we have to carry much more responsibilities later if we are with a lazy man. Man being lazy also means that he doesn't have any purpose or motivations in life, which is unattractive for women. After all, women want someone who they can rely on, someone who can take care of them when things happen. For example, she's pregnant for 9 months already and you still need her to work. Otherwise, you guys don't have money for milk powder later because you only want to work 3 days a week as a man. Come on. Number 6. Men who are arrogant and patronizing. Unfortunately, there are people like that everywhere, male or female. They may or may not have achieved something in life, doesn't really matter. As long as they act arrogantly, it will turn people off immediately. People around you may or may not tell you straight away that they don't like the way you talk or act, but they will never choose to get close to you in the future. I think people who are arrogant or patronizing lack of self-awareness and security. They don't see what their weaknesses are. They only focus on what their strengths are. They choose to ignore their disadvantages and pretend they are perfect. And of course, it is impossible to get along with this type of people because normally they refuse to see the worth of others. The root of arrogance is insecurity and ignorance. Arrogant men, they like controlling things around him so he can feel safe in that environment. That is due to insecurity. When others say no to him, he doesn't know what to do. He will feel angry, he will be occupied. His mind will be occupied with his emotions. He has no time to think. Maybe it is a good chance for him to learn from a different point of view. He wants to be the one who tells others what to do, and whatever he says should be right. That is due to ignorance. We all know that the more we learn, the more humble we are. So it is not difficult to understand why women will not waste their time on guys like that. Number 7, men who have no manners. No one likes disrespect for people. A rude person can barely get along with anyone in life, let alone being attractive. Sometimes I feel like implied people are just different creatures from us, because for me, it is common sense that if we want to be treated well, first thing first, we need to treat others well. For example, some guys who ask a girl out for a date and they're going to have a meal together, guess what? When the first dish is just being served, the guy starts eating immediately without even inviting the girl to join him. And the girl's face like, if you're so hungry, you should have probably eaten something before the date. That is just so embarrassing. Probably he grew up in a family that no one taught him any manners. I don't know. Another example, some guys talk to girls in a really rude way. Say, hey, you got a really nice ass. My hands really want to feel them. They may think they are cool and they think they can catch girls' attention by saying that. They think they're so manly. Honestly, it will only lead to the opposite. I still have more to say, but I'm getting lazy and I don't want to spend too much time editing later, so let's drop here. Thanks for watching.